Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Just going to do a quick run through of the annual catalogue. I'm not going to be dwelling on products that were in last year's catalogue. I'll skip by those pages, but just kind of go through my favourites that I've spotted that I'd like to purchase over the next year, and so forth. Anyway, welcome. My name's Ruth. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the UK, and the new catalogue has gone live today, everybody. So if you're itching to get your hands on some new products, please do go check out the shop. The link is in my description. And if your wish list, could be that your wish list is over £99, then maybe consider signing up as a demonstrator, because you will immediately save by doing that, immediately. All right. And there are not a huge amount of kind of like things that you have to agree to. Obviously, there is an independent demonstrator agreement, but it's worth it for the discount. Just saying. All right. You love my sparkly top. Thank you. Already ordered, says Claire. Claire, thank you for your gift. I got it today. Yes. In mother-in-law. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love it. Yes. I wear it over the top of lots of things, actually. It's kind of one of those tops that you wear over something. I couldn't wear it on its own, but oh, don't know which way to pull it. There we go. Right, let's get on. See, I'm getting distracted with your compliments. Thank you. All right, so the front cover looks like this. I might just put a little bit of additional light because I've got a little bit of a shadow happening. I'm just going to skip by the usual bump. If you're brand new to Stampin' Up! And the catalogue, it is so worth reading those first few pages because they do explain an awful lot. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to skip forward, but there's lots of information on those first few pages that will help you on your journey if you're a brand new stamper. Right, I'm just going to take a swig of water. I seem to have got a little bit of a tickle. I'm also going to sit down so I can concentrate. All right, now I've seen some of you guys, especially that Miss Karen Tilley. I can see her in the live there. She's got this one and did an awesome technique with this. If you haven't seen it already, check out the Stamp Around UK video hop and check out Karen's video on this. I'm not hugely a balloon person, but I love seeing what other people come out with. But I did notice, because Janice demonstrated this the other day, this little die here, I know you can't see it very well, but it actually creates a fabulous kind of fringe effect, which you can see to great effect here. And for those people who like making paper flowers, just letting you know, fringes make great inners for flowers. Yes, Caroline, I did. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to go through my stuff yet, but there's probably a couple of things that I've got that you can have. Oh, Karen's done a one-sheet wonder. Right, these intrigue me. So these are carousel horses, just because they're a little bit kind of fun, a bit romantic. Although I am getting flashbacks. I watched, what was it? Strangers on a Train the other day by Hitchcock. Oh, I'm not going to say any more. Circle Sayings. I do like this one. I particularly like this motif here. And I do like some of the other motifs, but I really do like that. I think that's lovely. And it comes bundled with a circle punch, which I think is really useful. Circle punches are always useful for crafters, paper crafters, card makers, and so on. No, that was in last year's. This is new, the Lazy Days bundle, or the Lazy Days stamp set and dies. This is great for those kind of scene building cards, those of you who love doing all that kind of thing. Oh, that's a new one as well. This has caught my eye a little bit because there's the sort of text, what I would call a textural element. These leaves here, you've got an individual leaf, individual flower, little cherry, little flower, little dots, and here, and oh, and the branches. That caught my eye because we've lost the, is it Nuts About You, the squirrel, and that had a lovely little twiggy branch in it. So it's one of those sets that kind of generally I would have passed over, say, a few years ago, but now I tend to look at individual little items. I'm going, okay, I can see myself using that. So that is a nice one. Oh, the dies are great as well. You get multiples, which is quite fun. And you've got twigs in that too. Right. Oh, that's a new one. If you like your, sentiments. Handmade tags is a really great one if you've got the punch already, the pretty tag punch, because this fits inside that from the mini catalogue. Okay, I've got that one, got that one, got that one. Got that one too. This is the one that is returning again, which I think I will try and order this early on in this catalogue's life, so that I know for sure I've got a few months to play with it, because it's been around for a little while and I think it will probably leave us next year. So I will endeavour to get this pretty soon. Super cool! That is fun. So just sort of cool elements. You've got cherry pie, cake, cola, just iconic sort of fun items. Not really my kind of style, but I'd love to see what someone else comes out with that. Now this one did catch my eye, just as something a little bit different. I do like the idea of being able to do there's 3-step stamping floral element there. Little lemons. I don't know. I don't know if I will get it. There's something about it that I just thought was quite cute. This one really did catch my eye, even though I'm not generally a scene building type of person. I think it's more to do with the subject matter. I love the idea of these little shop fronts. So it's one of those things that I may not buy the stamp set and dies. I'll leave it to somebody else. However, the papers would be really great to, cut out elements of it and then mix it, say, with some other stamp sets. Okay, so these were all in the previous catalogue. Sorry, I should also highlight the sequins. There's a really lovely set of sequins there. All right, so this was all last year. So I've got that. The stamp set with all the words, like for names of people, like aunt, cousin, brother, blah, blah, that is still in the catalogue, but it's just sort of quietly there. So if you are looking for it, it's on this page. That's a carryover. Now this one, because it's carried, this is the 3rd catalogue it's been in now. So it was in, I think it was in 2 minis. Well, it was in Christmas mini, then it carried over, and now it's back in. This, I may consider getting this because it's got some really lovely little tiny leaves, and it also has a wreath there. Oh, Tom's come to say hello. Well, although you liked the gaming one, didn't you?
Yes.
Tom's come to say. This is a brand new one. Now, I haven't bit the bullet yet to purchase a stamp set like this because I don't know why. But I do think it is useful. If you are really into your sentiments, this will cut out the sentiments for you. Well, you obviously have to set it up and do it yourself, but it will do it for you. Are you coming to tell me that dinner's ready?
Yeah, do you want us to
No,
start?
you start. I'll be there. All right, so these are all been in the catalogue. I've got that one. Been in the catalogue. Oh, new one. So this is Zany Zoo. And again, not usually my kind of cup of tea, but I've got so many downline who love this, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what they do. I also saw that Halsey in the Stamp Around UK vlog hop used this, and she did a fantastic job showing how to make multiple cards and not necessarily colouring every aspect of the imagery, but just colouring a little portion of it, and it looked amazing. Really great technique, and actually it kind of mirrors some of the technique that is shown in the papers, because in the papers they've done that too. Oh, thank you for your hellos to Tom. Thanks, Melanie. Oh, hi, Melanie. Lovely to see you. Right, can I just say, I don't get this one. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm happy to have my mind changed. I mean, I sort of get the I'd love to stick that on something to make them look like Harry Potter, the glasses, but I could draw that myself. I don't know. Sometimes Stampin' Up! Will come out with a stamp set and I think, why did you bother? Why did you bother? You could have. I don't know. Please, please correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't get that one. There we go. I mean, they're cute. They're cute, but I don't think they've been drawn particularly well. You love them, Gina. I love you. I love that you love them. I love that you love them. But I just think they could have been drawn a little bit better. Yes, I do like the owl. I like the card. But I don't know. I would have liked a better drawing. Like, even though I don't... Okay, so this is, again, not my kind of style of image. But I have more time for this one than I do that one. Because to me, the image, the graphic design seems like it's been more thought out. Okay? So I'm not saying it's not cute and can't make nice cards. I just wish that someone had spent a bit more time designing it. So yes, these are kind of that kind of what, fun caricature-y type things, which I respect. I get it. It's just not my kind of cup of tea. Although I have just spotted that die. Oh, anyone spotted that? That is so cool. Love that. Very cool. Oh, I like the books. Anyway, okay, I'm moving on before I upset anybody. All right, this is all things that you've seen in the mini, coming back. Right, so now my husband also still likes this one, the taco one, but I think Wendy's got it, so I'm gonna have to borrow it. They don't really look like owls, yeah. You love owls and you can't draw anymore. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. This is Claire all over, and I had a lovely gift from Claire today that featured a monkey. As soon as I opened it, I was like, it's a Claire gift. Right. This is returning. This is a fabulous sentiment set. Just saying. Okay. Kiwi. All right, let's talk about this just for a minute. I don't just see kiwis, I also see flowers. I see that as a really fun kind of flower, and I'm thinking if I ever do purchase this, I'm going to be cutting that centre out that circle. Just letting you know, there'll be some surgery happening. And let's talk about this dottage. I mean, that is some nice dottage, people. So it might be in my future, that one. This is a carryover from the mini, and I actually started looking at this one as a possibility to make some nice fun one-sheet wonders with. So we'll see. That's new as well. It's okay. I'm not super taken with the font, to be honest, but it's a nice simple font, which is great for kind of all kinds of cards if you want just something really super simple. You thought it was an envelope. Oh, what, that? Or... Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean on that one. Time to hang the scissors. I know, don't let me. This I thought was sweet. Again, I just think the execution of it could have been a little bit more delicate. I guess it's because I make tiaras. I'm being really picky. But I do like this sparkly dottage. And we have we just lost a starry dottage? Hold on. No, it's in the Fireflies one. Oh, you have milkshakes. Oh, awesome, Wendy. And I have flowers. This is a slightly larger one. It's in that... Oh, what's that stamp set called? It's the one with the fireflies. There's like a smaller version of that in there. So it is cute. Cute. Little Dreamers. Lovely set for babies, which I have to admit I haven't had a baby sort of type set for a little while, so we'll see. Right, returning. Can I say I still don't get that one? Returning. Oh, that's cute. I like the graphicness of that. Actually, I'm not going to point that one out to Tom because Tom might like it, but having said that, Tom likes stamp sets that you can kind of build and do stuff. All right, is it just me, or does that remind you of a character out of Charlie Brown? Just asking. Or Charlie and Lola. Kind of reminds me of Charlie and Lola. Lighting the Way. Thank you. This one, I love the papers. I'm not convinced personally on the stamp set for me. I don't know if I'll use it that often, but the papers are absolutely delightful. And I'm already designing a card for my next class using that. Oh, and the embossing folder. All right, new, we'll probably get. All right, so I mentioned this stamp set last night, but I will go over it in case you didn't see last night's video. So this stamp set for me kind of epitomizes and will help you if you are new to the whole artful stamping a whole one sheet wonder style of stamping, because it contains lots of varied flowers and various shapes, and you've got options for different sort of leaves and foliages if you stamp things in different colors. So if you're new to my style of stamping and you've never bought a stamp set before, this is fabulous. Then if you pair it with this one, here you've got some really cute little flower options. That weird flower, I won't comment on that. It's okay. But then you've got these beautiful little leaves here and here and here and here. So for example, if you wanted to say stamp with those there with these, that would just create a really lovely kind of amount of texture. And then of course you've got these great fonts as well. So really you've got birthday wishes, thinking of you. What have we got here? Every thought of you makes me smile. I mean, you could have you make me smile with a grateful heart. You could have grateful heart. I'm so thankful, I'm so sorry, may the years ahead be filled with lasting joy. So that covers a wedding. It's kind of like loads there. So that stamp set and that stamp set, if you're a beginner stamper, just fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. That's returning. So relieved. Let's just have a moment for the dottage. All right, so if you're new to this sort of stamping, gotta have that stamp set. Timeless Arrangements bundle, very sweet. I think the dies do it for me. There's some really beautiful dies in here. There's also this lovely long elements which are great for adding that high contrast if you're doing, say, a wreath stamping type thing or floral stamping. And then I'm in love with this texture, just gorgeous. And why is my, oh, there we go, that's better. Right, this one, I'm struggling with this one a little bit, I think because I find the artwork a little bit clunky, but I get that it is a style. But can I just point out the frames on the die set? They are very pretty, and you've got that kind of lovely lace effect. So it's worth looking at the dies, and this would be an example of, some people do ask me, Ruth, do you always buy dies with your stamp sets? No, I don't. And sometimes I will buy dies and not the stamp set, purely because the dies do it for me rather than the stamps. Just my type, cute. I like that. I wish maybe they did that, all the alphabet, maybe like that. I do love this kind of font, this kind of courier font. Very fun. This one, I thought this whole suite, my honest kind of view on it was, I found it quite refreshing. It's a bit different, in my opinion, from other things that Stampin' Up have come out with. It's got a real kind of grungy, earthy element, which I don't think I've seen for quite a while. And so, although it's a bit different, these papers, I think, could go really well with other papers. Like if you just look at this set of papers as they are and kind of go, ugh, they look a bit dirty, they look a bit grungy, I would totally agree with you and say, but look at these papers with something else. So for example, not many pages later, we have that beautiful daisy suite. Actually, I'll show it to you when I get to the papers section. But I looked at the core colours that are used in here next to the daisy ones, and thought it would be fabulous to take some of this paper and put it with a floral, and I think it would work brilliantly. So if you're not a full-on grunge person and you're a bit turned off this, don't walk away too quickly from this set, because I think it can work with some other things. I love the grasses. Oh my goodness, totally in love with those. I'm not quite sure I would use these, but I kind of keep coming back to it and looking at the texture on there and thinking I could quite happily use this as a background texture. And actually, as I'm looking at it, I'm reminded that we've lost watercolour shapes, and that kind of gives me a watercolour shapes kind of vibe. So just to do a bit of background stamping. So I'm not looking at these as vases, I'm purely looking at them as shapes and textures. And yes, actually, I think that is probably more usable. That, maybe not. But I actually quite like the font. It's very modern. The dies, I think, are fab. There's some really interesting textures in there. Sorry, oh, there we go. That's a bit better. There's some really interesting textures in there. So if you love dies, then fabulous. Oh, Susan, we'll be thinking of you. Really happy that there is another kind of Bible verse stamp set. I also like the shape of it. So I like to make bookmarks, and these would fit beautifully onto a 2-inch bookmark. Really love it. It was designed by a million sales achiever, Natalie Travis. And I also like the fact that we've got 2 sets of leaves going in opposite directions. That is super helpful, super duper helpful. A little bit of dottage there, so that can be stamped like that, or it can be turned around and stamped the other way around. Love it. And then we've got a nice little what is that? It's just like a row of dashes, really. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Right, returning. Oh, that's new. Time Together. I'll be interested to see what people come up with that. Returning. New. Great for you colorists. Yep, lovely florals. Great for people who love colouring. This one also great for people who love colouring. I do recognise that there is a place for simply drawn imagery for people who love to colour. So I get that. And great for a wedding card. This is a great sentiments, you know, for your large sentiments. So I do like that one. It's great to have a with sympathy. Fishing. Oh yes, so this suite, again, I'm not super duper bowled over with the stamp set, but I do love the dies. Oh dear, sorry, just knocked something over. I love this little compartment thing. Oh, just so cute. I just could imagine putting little things in there. I'm a bit of a kind of like little boxy person. I love little boxes. Right. Pizza. My daughter loved that. I thought the chemistry one was really fun. I don't, no, not going there. I get it for boys, maybe 7-year-old boys, but I don't have 7-year-old boys in my life anymore. So I mean, I do, but not that I'd give a card to. That is beautifully drawn. Okay, so let's highlight. I'm going to highlight when Stampin' Up! Do something really well. I think the balance of detail with allowing space for you to colour in is just perfect on this stamp set. So you've got lots of white space if you wanted to colour these images in, but if you haven't got time and you just need to stamp a really fabulous image, then there's enough detail on there to make an interesting card. So well done, Stampin' Up! Love it. Again, on here as well, if you want to colour these in, it will look fine. If you don't, it will look fine too. And the imagery on there is very, very cute, but not too cute that it's almost like it's not a real penguin or sloth or giraffe. Really great. That's a returning one. returning. New. Really fun. Not really my cup of tea, but I like the detail on it, and I like the aesthetic of kind of where it's going. Super fun papers. Personally, I'm not into holographic paper myself, so probably won't be getting that, but I might be persuaded on the paper. Actually, I'm doing a paper share, so I'll get some of it. Returning. New. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. I love that texture. Really love that texture. And I quite like the bikes. That would look lovely on a Stamp One Sheet Wonder. That is very cute. Love the wool. Love that. Actually, I've seen some great cards with this. It's a very cute set. Perhaps, again, not one that I will buy, but I have plenty of friends who have got this and will be showing off. Like Wendy Woo in the chat. Returning. This is the one that my husband quite liked the look of. I just like that one with the hearts. The hearts. What else can I say? Yeah, fun, retro. That's quite nice, but the high contrast on it, for me and my style of stamping, I'm not convinced. Interesting punch shapes. Again, I'm not personally convinced, but I'm waiting to be convinced. So there we go. You don't have the space shuttles anymore. Oh no. So what do you have opposite you now? Cheryl. Cheryl lives in like space areas. Sorry, I'm being really vague. You know what I mean? NASA, near NASA. Layering Leaves from Rachel Tessman. Congratulations, Rachel, for reaching $1 million sales. Goes with our fabulous leaf and sprig punch, which is awesome. And so we've got a whole stamp set then to go with that, with some really beautiful fonts in some nice regular, what I would call regular sentiments. And there we've got again some regular sentiments. That's a carryover new bold bouquet. So this one would be great for if you're doing the what's the technique called with the re-inker. If you're doing a re-inker technique, this is a great stamp set. So might get it for that actually. Returning. New, but I really want to see how that stamps up before I pass any judgment on that. Returning. New. Love the textures on this, so probably will get it for all these lovely sort of textures and these leaves. Really lovely. Be interesting to see how that sits on top of that one. Oh, you have rockets. No shuttles anymore. I like the font on this. This reminds me of like some real vintage mirrors, or yeah, very interesting. So I don't know, it might be on my wish list, that one. This make me laugh about the coffee, because I've in recent years got into kind of drinking coffee. So years ago I used to look at the sets to do with coffee and go, what is the point? Why are people going on and on about coffee? But since becoming a bit of a coffee fiend, I get it now. I'm like, yes, coffee and croissants, I love it. This is beautifully designed. Can I just say the artwork on here is just stunning. So yeah, I like that. This one, bit of a scene builder one again. Not quite sure if it's for me. We'll see. Returning. New. As I said yesterday, it's the only one in here that's got a decent butterfly, so I probably will be getting it. And I do like you've got a face-on butterfly and you've got a butterfly that sort of looks like it's in flight. So maybe. Got that one already used it loads. So these papers were the ones that I thought would go well with that more sort of grungy one. Love the detail on this stamp set. Got little dots, lots of leaves, and if you don't think of it as coral but something else, just texture, I think these could be used to great advantage. Returning, yes. Don't get that one. This is the one that, yeah, I don't get it. I don't, it's not, I think it's because I don't like the plant. Yeah, moving on. Sort of like this. I'm not personally convinced on the artwork. I know it's supposed to be distinctive. Yeah, I don't know. I'll wait to be convinced about that one. Returning. Cute. I do like that. So this is the copyright Stampin' Up stamp set. If you make cards to sell with Stampin' Up products, you need to stamp the copyright Stampin' Up on the back as per their angel policy. I'm a bit just slightly disappointed they haven't done more copyright stamps within this, like maybe a different size, but there we go. Oh, although I've just seen you can stick that inside that. Oh, okay, so that's designed so that these all fit inside. Okay, that's cute. I like that. The one called the Scene Builder looks like the Vietnam Wall in Washington, D.C. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Right, so let's talk about the giant stamps. New one. So there's this like starry one, Berry Harvest, Sketched Plaid, and then these are all returning. Really pleased this is returning because I still haven't got around to using it. I ordered it from the mini, still not got around to using it, even though I do really want to. I love it. So pleased that's returning. And some of you have seen the card that I did with Lemon Lime Twist, so I'm really pleased Lemon Lime Twist has returned as well. All right, so let's have a look at any other interesting things. Obviously, we've got new colours. That's already been covered over the last few weeks. I'm not going to go super into that right now. However, I have been asked to do a bit of a comparison between different colours, so I probably will come on later to do that and maybe just stamp some one sheet wonder and just show you the differences. New-ish products, there's the blending storage which has come back from the mini. I have mentioned that the pens have been kind of designed. The Stampin' Right markers have been redesigned, so you can purchase the whole collection for 126. It's worth, if you get to a half price item, getting those as your half price item. The pencils have been reconfigured as well to add in the current colours, because they had to get rid of one of the old sets because it had colours that were leaving. What's new here? In colour bags, in colour gift cards. These are currently not available. There are a couple of things that haven't made the shipments in yet, so these are not currently available. Some really nice new speciality papers. I haven't had my hands on them, so I can't kind of speak to them yet, but I was really pleased that gold paper has come back. I find that really lovely to work with. Yeah, the cotton plant looks lovely. I just wasn't quite sure, for me, I wasn't sure on the artwork of it. All right, so papers, Brights, the Bluesies. This is kind of like a catch-all one. It's got a bit of everything in it, and it comes in a double pack. So if you kind of like go, oh, the price is quite high, please remember it is a double pack. You get 48 sheets of 12 by 12 paper in that. Okay, so this is what I mentioned earlier about this paper. So if you imagine that these two sets were combined, I think the florals would look really good next to some of these more geometric designs. All right, so I am thinking of maybe creating a project where those two get used. The Glorious Gingham. So if you love your plaids and ginghams, really beautiful in a selection of 5 sort of returning colours. That I do think is pretty. I wasn't completely sold on the stamp set, but I think the papers are really nice. I like the colour scheme. It's very soft and gentle. I think it would make really lovely papers for an album. How do you get a half price item? You need to spend £400, Caroline. If you spend £400 retail, you can choose a half price item. Fishing one. Oh, that's the shoppy one. I'm not going to dwell too much on these. Oh, these papers I thought were lovely and happy. Really fun and happy. yeah, so the way, if you are a demonstrator, I suggest that you make the most of your money. It's actually just to put in one big order every 3 months rather than putting lots of small orders in, because that way you may then get to your £400 because it's not going to cost you £400 because you'll get your discount. So, you know, it's worth, and then you get loads more freebies. So if you can cope with not having a parcel for a few months, it is so worth putting a bigger order in every few months. Then there's some in colour papers. Personally, I found the designs on these a little bit too big and bold for me. I'm a bit more small and delicate. Not that I'm small and delicate, but there we go. Vellum Basics. Oh, that's returning, isn't it? That is a really lovely vellum set. This is new with the gold on vellum. I'll be interested to see what that looks like. And we've got we've got new Memories and More pack. It's very colourful, and then envelopes to match. Right, let's have a look. Is there anything new on this page? No. Got some new accessories and sequins, which are quite fun. There's a few new sequins here. I'm not going to go into detail right now about them. There are a few new ribbons too, especially in the new in colours. Ooh, a sheer ribbon combo pack. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, might be getting that soon. Ooh, very nice. And then there are some returning items. New jute. I think that's quite nice in the new colours. The new colours are very kind of like natural looking, so having it in the jute I think just totally makes sense. Right, on this page, on the tools page, can I point out to you this? So this is an additional tips that will go on your take your pick tool. There you have a scalpel, what are they calling that? A hobby blade, and a rotary perforating tip. Okay, and then, oh, what's that? Is that got a little curve in the end of that? I had not noticed that. That is going to be very useful for when you're making folio albums. Ooh, right. I'm going to be getting that quite soon, I think, because I need it. I need it. Don't want it. I need it. So this is now the pages with the punches. Stampin' Up are really fabulous at matching up their punches to stamp sets. Although, dragonflies. We haven't got a stamp set anymore, but we still do have the punch, which I am kind of happy about because I do like the dragonfly punch. Is anything new here? No, all the new ones have passed. There's nothing new on this page. Nothing new on that page. And then we've got the pages with the dies, a little bit easier to look at. Now, then there are pages of standalone dies, and I want to just talk through some of these. There are some new ones. We've got Brilliant Backgrounds, which has got kind of like perforations, really fun sort of perforations into it. Then we also have this new one, the Doily Hybrid. So this will cut out and it will emboss if you so wish. Then there is, let's have a look, this one, very detailed. I mean, it's reflected in the price. It's a big, two big dies, but stunning backgrounds. Then the new nested essentials. So that's sort of some basic shapes, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of each. Now, can I bring your attention to this? Paper Florist. That is so nice. So nice. For those of you who love making paper flowers, that is your die set. Then I really love the look of this one, the patchwork pieces. I mean, can you imagine cutting out I don't know, 2 or 3 one sheet wonders with some plain card and then mixing it all up together and seeing what happens. That is going to make my life so much easier to use up my one sheet wonders. Then that I thought was pretty too. Very pretty. Anything else new on this page? No. Okay. Please remember though, everybody, these are going to be with us for about a year. So we don't have to rush to purchase everything all at once. But they will be around. So embossing folders. That's a new one. The Countryside Blooms. That I've already mentioned, the doily. This is new if you like your grungy look. I like that because I do have Time Worn type, which is returning, but sometimes I don't want to see text. I just want grunge. So that one I thought was brilliant. Really pleased that's coming back. This is a new one, geometric patterns. What else is new? Oh, and then twisted rope. All right. You've bought the flower builder dies. Oh my goodness, Claire, you got your order in already. Okay, so let me just go over the benefits of placing an order over £150. So if you shop with me, and generally you don't put in orders of over 150, I will send you a voucher to the value of 10% anyway. However, if you go over the £150, you can choose your freebies there and then. You don't have to wait to tell me and, you know, to save up your freebies and then order them. You can order them there and then. So say you ordered, for example, £200 worth of product. So you would then get £20 of Stampin' Rewards. So then what happens is you can go to a product on the website and it will give you an option to add it to your basket for free if it's under £20. You can go slightly over, you just have to pay the difference. Then when you get to the £275 mark, you actually get 12%. So it ups it by 2% when you get to that mark. Then when you get to £400, you actually get 14%. So 14% on £400, you would then get, what's that? Let me quickly do my sums. Is that £56 of free product? I think that's right. Let me just, I've got to do my maths really quickly. 14 times 4. Yeah, £56. So on a £400 order, you would get £56 worth of free product and a one half price item. Okay, now if you're a demonstrator, that will not cost you £400. You get your discount off that. All right. So if you have any questions about that, do let me know. Can I just also point out to you that if you place an order of over £150, you can choose this stamp set for, not for £22, which is what the value of it is, but for £13. So you can use your Stampin' Rewards to claim one of these or 2 of these stamp sets. So there's this gorgeous moth one here, which is I have got my eye on because I'm missing the butterflies from last year. And if I can't have butterflies, I may as well have moths, as long as they're on a card and not eating my clothes. So that's where I'm happy. I'm happy to have a moth as long as it's away from my clothes. Right, that is it. We have got to the end of the catalogue and my kind of honest viewpoint. This is an example of what you can do with some of those beautiful floral dies. And I thought Stampin' Up was very clever to show that off to us on the back there in such great, kind of like such a great display there with some really beautiful new colours. So let me know in the comments section what you have really enjoyed about looking at the new catalogue. If you haven't got a paper copy, it is available online. If you're not in the UK, please just go to stampinup.com and then on the top left you can choose your country that you want to view it in. Stampin' Up is available in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. But in my region, I'm in the UK, so I'm in Europe. It's available UK, Northern Ireland, Belgium, the Netherlands, Austria, Germany and France. So please do head over to stampinup.com and find your region. And if you want to shop with me, I'd be most honoured. And please do click on the link just below. Now, if you shop with any of my downline, don't you dare come to me and shop with me. Or if you shop with somebody else, don't you dare come to me either. Go back to them. If they are good to you, they are happy with your business and they are grateful for your business, then please do go shop with your demonstrator, don't shop with me. But if you like what I do and you're wanting to get into stamping, please, I'd be honoured if you would stamp with me. Stamp with me, and purchase from me. You got the moth set. Okay, fab. Fab, fab, fab. Right, I'm going to say a quick goodbye. And I'll catch you guys later. I'll be back for some more stamping later. And we'll see what we do. Looks like a weeding tool. What, that little hooky thing? Heather needs to rob a bank. Okay, you read it here, everybody. If you hear of any banks robbed in Heather's area, we have the evidence. Right, lots of love to you all. It's 4 a.m, Margaret. Oh my goodness, go back to bed. All right, lovely to see you all. And I've just realised, look, I'm going to have to change this now. It's a new catalogue. All right, that's going to be on my